And just for you, welcome back to a new Hey Arnold episode review. And if you didn't see the last one, go and check it out. And we are on the last episode of Hey Arnold, Season 5. Yep, we have finally made it to the end of the show. But, of course, we still got 2 movies to watch. But when it comes to the seasons of the actual show, this is the last episode, at least when it comes to the on Paramount, since this is how I'm able to watch it on. But this episode was emotional, for real. I felt emotional with when it comes to cartoons, with the tugging heartstrings, I can say. But this one really got one as well, especially with how it's about as well. But like I said, we still have 2 movies to watch and for me to review as well before we're officially done with Hey Arnold. But I can say this is a really good way to end the show. At least when it comes to the seasons before the 2 movies. Which I will be watching them sometime soon, so y'all don't have to wait long. So, yeah, this episode starts with this ship, which we see Arnold and his mom and dad on it, and they see these pirates that, they're getting attacked by, and his parents go to fight them and realize that they're nowhere to be seen, and it's a dream. And it's an anniversary, as they say, of, when they never came back. And he sees the picture of his mom and dad, and his grandpa comes with some breakfast and trying to see if he's okay. Which again, I do feel bad for Arnold and for people in real life that are like Arnold, right? I tell you, there are people. I never met these people, but I know there are people in this world that can relate with Arnold, and I feel very sad for people that are like Arnold. I know it has to be very hard. There are people like Arnold that really never got to know their parents well. And, seeing this little boat going down this stream, hopefully it doesn't end up like you-know-what with Georgie's boat. I hope it didn't go like Georgie's boat did into the sewer drain. But Georgie. Gerald and the others come and wondering if Arnold wants to go and hang out with them to Dinoland. But of course he wants to stay home today. And Gerald is like, don't listen to what they say because he understands Arnold's pain. And Helga is just hiding behind his car, just feeling bad for Arnold. And Arnold was on the top of the boarding house flying his plane. And just outside seeing this couple and their kid. And Arnold just goes up and he packs his stuff and saying that he's done, like he's moving on. He doesn't want to remember of his parents, because just remembering his parents is going to give him pain. And he even takes off his hat as well. And right before he puts the box up, he sees a journal, which it turns out to be his dad's journal. Arnold's father's journal, which of course they get some snacks so they can read it. And some of these we actually heard of before, like how Arnold's mom and dad met, when Arnold's dad was going on an expedition, and Arnold's mom being a paramedic and helping, and them going on this expedition and finding spiders and climbing these mountains and going down into this waterfall, but getting caught by these people, which we see them going up a rope, and it's the green eye people, which, Arnold's grandpa is wondering what is in these sandwiches, and him having to rush to the bathroom, and get used to that, because Arnold's grandpa keeps having to pause the story when you want to know what happens next, just so he can go to the bathroom. And Arnold is probably like all of us. And anyway, when he gets back from the bathroom, we see them taking this artifact, and this glowing artifact, which they go to this temple area of the green-eyed people, and as an offering, returning it, and they see it disappearing, and they get this artifact in return for thanks. And Arnold's grandma just, I don't even know what she is saying. All these nonsense, which, Arnold's grandpa could say so. And, it comes to the wedding as well, which we see them coming when it comes to the wedding, and everybody falling asleep before they can even now pronounce you husband and wife. And, Arnold's grandma just eating whatever this stuff is supposed to be. And, when they're kissing, an earthquake is starting to happen. And, Arnold's grandpa eating the cake. And they say this offering, this wedding offering, which is a pig. And, Arnold's grandpa was planning on cooking it. And it is actually Abner. Abner was actually a wedding gift from the green-eyed people. And Arnold is like, "You were gonna cook him?" And he's like, "There wasn't much else to eat besides that cake." And Arnold's grandma just walking on her hands. For an elderly lady, she is very strong, I can say. And Arnold's grandpa was like, "Go order Chinese," before I can say anything else. And he rips a page out of it, which we don't even see exactly what that page is, but he just tears a page and puts it in his pocket. And, after they're eating Chinese, Arnold wants to know more, of course, which, we see them going on these carts and seeing these people trapped, which having to rescue them, and rescue this kid, which they end up falling and having to jump, which they're at this resort, and their expedition friend, comes and showing this map, which, Arnold's grandpa having to use the bathroom again. And then when he returns, he continues the story, and they head down and having to get these artifacts after these little mishaps when landing. They're having to do this cure, having to find these stuff to make an antidote. And, even risky stuff as well, which seems like when they do it, they just find in these spiders and getting chased off. And then sinking in quicksand as well. And after a long lot of testing and, analyzing that they were doing, they managed to do the cure. And they take it to the green-eyed temple. And, when they are asleep and they wake up, they have another gift for thanking them. And they do a toast to Stella, which is Arnold's mom. And she has stomach pains, which, of course, Arnold's dad was concerned about. But it turns out it was just normal stomach pains because she is pregnant. And, of course, with Arnold, right? That's when she was pregnant with Arnold. And what is Arnold's grandma doing? Just having Abner and standing on the piano. And, doing all the work and here and there. And, she's having more stomach pains because Arnold is coming. And they're having to rush to get to the hospital, which is behind this volcano, which, it erupts. And you're having to try to get away around the volcano. And, Arnold is coming, which, they're going to have to take her to this old, temple, which they find this area which to lay Arnold's mom on. And when they're surrounded by lava, Arnold managed to be born. Which, Arnold was born during a volcano eruption. And, Arnold can't believing with that as well. And, Arnold's grandpa telling Arnold's grandma that he's got some duct tape and he's not afraid to use it. And yeah, them sewing of Arnold's parents is taking care of him and getting them to try to go to sleep and almost getting to the snake, which them having to leave. And yeah, thanking their adventuring friend for all that he done. And while they're on the plane, excited for the new life that they'll be having with Arnold. And we see Mr. Wynn, Oscar, and Ernie playing these music instruments when they're arriving. And yeah, we see Arnold and his grandma, or Arnold's grandpa and grandma welcoming them, and them just taking care of Arnold, having fun with him, and yeah, him ending up 1 year old, and them at the park, and we actually see them or buy the hat that Arnold wears, and we see the little versions of Arnold's to-be friends, like Gerald, and we see Helga and Phoebe, and we see Rhonda, and we see Eugene, we see Harold, and Sid, and Stinky, and yeah, they noticed that Arnold's gone, and he climbed up the ladder of the slide and goes down and is landed in the mud, and then tucking him into bed, and of course we all seen this part where that Arnold's grandpa says that he's told him this part before, where their adventuring friend came and told him that they need another antidote to help the green-eyed people, and they had to leave Arnold with his grandma and grandpa while they're watching him leave the door, and how they never came back. Which again, Arnold is at least happy to know more about his parents and wanting to keep the journal. And he goes outside and reading more and finding something odd with the pages and finds a map of where they were going. And of course goes back inside to tell his grandma and grandpa about a map that he found. But again, a really good way to end Season 5, the last season of Hey Arnold. But yeah, I'd like to know what y'all think. Let me know in the comments below. And like I said, hopefully not too long from now, I will be watching the 2 movies. Which of course will be their own separate reviews, obviously. But yeah, we're almost done with Hey Arnold. I mean, we finished all the seasons. Now we just got the 2 movies. But yeah, I'd like to know what y'all think. Catch you next one.